Welcome to a very special Eye on You. Eye on You is produced by students from the University of Massachusetts Lowell in collaboration with LTC. Today we have a very distinguished guest with us, Congressman Meehan, who is going to be our new Chancellor for the University of Massachusetts Lowell. Welcome. Thank you.
Delighted to join you.
Do you still have one foot in Washington and one foot here?
Yeah, I kind of do. I'm leaving the Congress on July 1st, so during the week I'm in Washington, but as you can imagine, I'm talking to people on campus. I have a lot of meetings I'm trying to plan, so I feel as though I'm doing two jobs at once. But I'm excited. You know, I loved my work in the Congress. I've been there for 14 and a half years, and I'm finishing up some projects that are important to me. But on the other hand, I really believe strongly that the future of our region, the future of Massachusetts, is dependent on the success of the University of Massachusetts, and specifically the University of Massachusetts Lowell. So I'm excited about it. It's an enormous challenge, but I love the campus. I have a passion for it, and I think there's a lot of talent on the campus, so I'm looking forward to it, but I'm sort of in transition.
We have a whole group of students here if you need any help moving into the Chancellor's office. And actually, I have, for interviewing today, we have Connor Baldwin and Michelle Bradley. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And Michelle, they are both graduating, and they've both recently won awards. Connor in Toronto was with the North American Model UN, and right. Michelle Bradley recently won an award as Student Leader of the Year. So congratulations.
Congratulations to both of you. That's great.
I'd like to start off the questions beginning with your roots and the community and the impact that the community has had on you growing up here.
Well, I grew up one of 7 children on London Street in Lowell, which is, they used to call it AF City, but it's a pretty humble neighborhood. You know, my father worked at the Lowell Sun for 43 years as a typesetter, punched a clock for 43 years. For a lot of years, he worked a second job at the Billerica House of Correction. I have 4 sisters and I have 2 brothers growing up, and attended public schools in Lowell, a lot of public schools in Lowell. We never moved, but I attended a number of them, and attended the University of Massachusetts Lowell. When I got admitted to the university in 1974, it was the year that 2 campuses, Lowell State College and Lowell Technological Institute, were merging. And I was a president of student government in high school, and I didn't study quite as much as I should have, so I applied myself once I got to Lowell, because I knew that I probably want to go on and go to graduate school and potentially go to law school. So my years at Lowell were basically the foundation for me to achieve whatever I wanted to achieve in my life. I was able to go on and get a master's degree and get a law degree. I ran the State Securities and Corporations Division at 26 years old, the youngest person ever to have that position. I ran the Middlesex County District Attorney's Office. Middlesex County is the 9th largest county in the country, and you know, so I supervised a team of 85 lawyers, 160 people, and then get elected to Congress, and it's been a great experience. So I feel as though my basic foundation in life I got at the University of Massachusetts Lowell, and it has served me well. It has given me the tools that I've needed to accomplish whatever I wanted to. So I've worked in the community on economic development. I've worked with businesses in the region. I've worked in environmental issues in the region. We've been able to, over a period of the last 14 years, been able to preserve over 10,000 acres of open space. I wrote a law and passed a law to protect the natural ebb and flow of the Concord, Assabet, and Sudbury rivers. So I feel as though I know the region pretty well, and I'm excited to be coming back home and spending more time in Massachusetts rather than 5 days a week in Washington.
That's terrific. Michelle?
Okay, as you mentioned before, graduate from Umass Lowell, is there any moments or experiences that you recall on campus that really changed your life?
Well, the whole experience changed my life. I mentioned that I was on campus when the 2 campuses merged, and I had technically been admitted to Lowell State College, and I took courses. Not all students did this. I took courses over at the North Campus, Kitson Hall. I took economics courses. Carol McDonough, who's still
She's still here.
I
had her.
You did. Well, I had her. She was the chair of the department at the time, and I took macro and microeconomics with her, and you know, it was kind of intimidating to go to the North Campus when really people weren't doing that, take a course with the chair of the department. I did really well, and her courses really turned me on to economics. And you know, frankly, I don't think there's a time when I've been, you know, you have meetings. Bob Rice, a former labor secretary, nationally known economist, we would deal during the Clinton administration on deficit policies, investments. And I always felt I got a great base from Carol McDonough's economics classes, and always read after that the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times business page, and I feel that that was kind of changed my life. I think the other thing that I studied hard when I first got to the university, and you know, I remember my first semester. I think I had a 3.4 cum, and I felt, you know, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to do well enough to get admitted to graduate school. So I think the whole experience probably I view as sort of changing my life in a lot of ways.
Excellent.
Go ahead, Michelle.
Okay, another question I had is, as a UMass Lowell graduate, and Connor and myself are soon out the door, what would be some advice for seniors leaving the campus and heading out to the real world, I should say?
I think work ethic is really important. You need to work hard. The other thing is, you know, people change jobs today on average 6 or 7 times. So you need to be committed really to lifetime learning. And, you know, I always say the young people that come in and work in my office, I always encourage them to get master's degrees, to get PhDs, or to get law degrees. I think you have to get an advanced degree today in order to be successful and achieve your full potential. But also, don't be afraid to change jobs. You know, when I first graduated from the university, I got a job as an administrative assistant to the mayor in Lowell, and I changed jobs and worked for a congressman a year later, and then I changed jobs and went to law school. I worked for a period of time at the State House. I then changed jobs. It's today, I think, getting a wide breadth of experience in different jobs. I think it's something I would recommend you not be afraid to change.
We understand that you recently returned from a fact-finding mission in Iraq. Connor had a question for you.
Yes. Well, as you know, Bush recently vetoed the Iraq spending bill that was presented.
Yeah.
He described the plan as a prescription for chaos and confusion. The vote to override the presidential veto failed, as many Republicans argued that the bill would create instability in the Middle East. Both parties are now working on a compromise to maybe get a bill that would pass all the way through Congress and the president. What type of points do you think that some kind of bill would include that might be able to please both sides and make some actual progress?
I think it's going to be difficult to do. Let me first of all say that when the Bush administration says that the bill that we passed would create chaos in Iraq and in the Middle East, our policy in Iraq has been a disaster for the United States. It's been a disaster for Iraq. We have